Alright, so I hope all of you can hear me very nicely, right? Alright, so many students were actually asking me to make a video to explain them social studies history, chapter 1 and 2. Though I don't take social science, Karan, hello. I'm supposed to start the class at 8 p.m. actually, but I came little early. Because I want to start the class sharp at 8 p.m. actually, so we can wait for 5 minutes. It is 7:55 now. All right. Okay. Shushmita Das, good evening. Aarti, hello. So this is going to be a very interesting session. I'm not going to do as you can see in the title of my video only, that it is quick revision, okay, not explanation exactly. So I'm going to point out some important questions for all of you, some important points for all of you. And let me tell you that I have actually gathered these informations, actually the important topics which will be, the topics which will be important for your exams. And I've talked to experts. Mohit is saying good evening. Mohit, good evening. Hello, Mohit. Mohit also hello. All right, so chapter 1 and 2 basically we are going to deal with. Okay. So history chapter 1 and 2 we are going to deal with. Okay. History chapter 1 and 2 we are going to deal with. And this is under the Meghalaya Board of School Education syllabus MBOSE class 10. Right? MBOSE class 10. And a quick revision actually on your SSLC exams. I think you have exams tomorrow. SSLC exams 2022. I think all of you have exams tomorrow. So I have actually talked to some experts. As I don't take social science on my own, that is why I had to talk to some experts, and they told me that these topics will be important. These topics will be important for your exams. That is why I am here to explain you these topics. Okay, Bright Bandry, good evening and thank you, sir. Yes, welcome. This is my many students were requesting me. That is why, when will we get our results? You can expect. Yesterday I said you can expect May, June, last week of May or first or second week of June. Okay. This is my opinion. This is my understanding, experience. Okay, Gimswang, good evening. Shreya, good evening. Joshua, good evening. Rishabh, hello. Okay, so so we will be discussing some important topics actually from your history part. Okay, only history part. All right, chapter 1 and 2 basically, because most of you had requested me for chapter 1 and 2 actually. Oh, okay. So now please get ready with your textbooks. We are going to start in 5 minutes. Okay. Please get ready with your textbooks. History chapter 1, the rise of nationalism in Europe. The rise of nationalism in Europe. Okay. All right. Rishabh, sir, bless us for the exam tomorrow. Yes, my blessings and good wishes always with you. Rishabh, my blessings and good wishes always with you. Dragon Gaming, good evening. Gaming Rahul, good evening. Ohu, hi sir, hello. Tapasya, sir, can you kindly give some important long questions? Chapter 1 and 2 from history, I'll give you some suggestions. See, basically, I don't take social science actually. Basically, I don't take social science, so I will not be able to provide you too much guidance actually. Yeah, okay, you're getting the point. So basically, if you study, see my understanding. Okay, one more important thing that I wanted to share with you is that the teacher actually from whom I have taken this SST suggestion, he said that right now in your SSLC exams, that is going on right now, currently going on. He told me that 2020, they are repeating questions from 2020. 2020. They are repeating questions. Mr. Criminal Gamer, hello. Ruhi, good evening. So Ruhi is there. Actually, it was Ruhi yesterday who was telling me to explain chapter 1 and 2. So exactly explanation I'm not going to do. I will do some quick revisions and I'll give you some important points only. Sir, I know only history portion, but sir, I somehow want to score 70 plus. Is there any way? No, this is not possible. This will not be possible. Gaming Rahul, good evening. This will not be possible because you see all your section consists of separate marks. If you study, if you look at the question papers very nicely, all these actually consists of separate marks. Getting the point? All right. Okay. Yes, Mohit Joshi wants to say something. Mohit Joshi. Mohit, do you want to say something? We'll start the class in 4 minutes. Sight in the sense, sir. Yes. Please tell, Mohit. So 2020 question paper, they are repeating actually in this exam. This is the trend that is going on right now. They are repeating questions from 2020. All right. See, the trend that is going on actually, that is the thing. आप वीडियो नहीं डाला, नहीं वीडियो नहीं डाला क्योंकि मैं डायरेक्ट लाइव लेके आया हूँ. 1 घंटा हम लोग पूरा लाइव करेंगे, क्योंकि देखो वीडियो में क्या होता है, मैं वीडियो करूंगा, फिर उसको एडिट करना पड़ता है, फिर अपलोड करने में टाइम लगता है. तो इट इज बेटर दैट आई ब्रिंग लाइव वीडियो. इससे बेहतर है कि मैं लाइव वीडियो ही लेके आऊँ. ऑलराइट सर, विल यू बी एक्सप्लेनिंग अस अनदर पोर्शन टू चैप्टर 1 and 2 only from history. Chapter 1 and 2 from history only. Because social studies is a vast subject, it will not get over. I cannot explain everything by 1 hour. Okay, you're getting the point. It will not be over by 1 hour if I start explaining you everything. So, because some of you had requested me, especially Ruhi was requesting me actually yesterday to explain chapter 1 and 2. Mohit, see, this cannot be said with guarantee that if you solve 2020 question paper, you will pass or you will get common questions in the exam. This cannot be said with guarantee. You're getting the point. This cannot be said with guarantee. But let me tell you one thing, that the teachers from whom I have taken suggestion. Yes, I've got your question, Mohit. I've got your question. 2020. Okay, 2020 paper. There is no guarantee that you will get everything or maximum common questions from 2020. This is what the teacher suggested me, looking at the current trend. Looking at the current trend of question paper, the teacher suggested me that yes, that the trend that is going on is 2020 question paper. All right, 2020 question paper. Questions are repeated, several questions. So I suggest you that, see, right now if I suggest you, Bright Bandry, wait, why Bright Bandry is saying, sir, can you please help us with maths? Maths, I am completely, I surrender maths. Maths, I'm very much, how do I put it? You see, when I see numbers, no, Bandry, when I see numbers in front of my eyes, those plus, minus, division, all these things, I get very confused. I still don't understand numbers actually. That is why maths is not my cup of tea. Right? I surrender regarding maths and science. I surrender completely, because maths and science need special expertise. English grammar needs special expertise. Not everybody can teach English grammar. Not everybody can teach you English 1, additional English, composition, grammar and composition. Not everyone can teach you. Alright, so only professionals can do that. So that I cannot help you. Okay, that I cannot help you. Okay. Now, alright. Sir, after solving 4 years question paper, can we score 70 plus? This is also not sure. Questions may not be repeated. Yes, I'm starting, Mohit. Wait, I'm starting. Anuj is saying hello. Good evening, Anuj. Pythagoras theorem. I used to do once upon a time Pythagoras theorem, but I'm not very much acquainted with maths. You see, I love English. I love English and English grammar. Yes, you can write your own answers, no problem, but your answer should be correct. History, you see, let me tell you, social studies has got a very good chance of scoring marks because if you write conceptually, if you write correct answers, you will get full marks. This is my understanding. Say, for example, map pointing. You have map pointing in geography, right? Yes, I'm starting the class. In 1 minute, I'm starting the class. If you write, all right, if you write, say, for example, map pointing, where is Rajasthan? If you pinpoint on the map the correct location of Rajasthan, you'll get full marks for that. So you can score 10 upon 10 on in map pointing. Okay, so it is like that. Okay, so if you have a particular strategy, I think it is very easy to score marks. Okay, so let's start now. Okay, let's begin with chapter 1. Chapter 1 from history. I'm going to point out some important points for all of you that you study very nicely. 2020, Scott Sangma, 2020 question is repeated. 2020 question is repeated. Okay, so it is better that you pay attention to 2020 question paper. It is better that you concentrate little. See, it cannot be said with guarantee, right? It cannot be said with guarantee that it will be repeated. That nobody can say with guarantee. It is always advisable to study everything. This is what I always tell you. Okay, let's start the class. It is 8 p.m. sharp. We will start the class for 1 hour full. Please pay attention to the screen and please be ready with your textbooks. Everyone be ready with your textbooks. ठीक है, अपना textbook जो है सब लोग ready रखें. Come to page 2 of your textbooks. Please be ready with your textbooks. All of you. Okay. Okay, Eunice is saying good evening. Good evening. Sir, 50 and above, I guess you will guarantee. That depends on. Sir, bless me and take my name. I'll take all names and everything after the class. Okay, no, I use BSNL fiber. All right, and so okay. So let us start. Okay, please turn to page 2 and please pay attention to the board now. Okay, because I will not be reading your messages. I will not be reading your chats now. I'll pay attention to the explanation right now. Okay, so everyone pay attention to the screen here and please open your textbooks, page number 2. Okay, so in page number 2, the rise of nationalism. Okay, so the rise of nationalism, right? So first of all, you study a little bit on the background of nationalism, how nationalism originated or how nationalism started, starting of nationalism. Okay, and how nationalism progressed. Actually nationalism कैसे progress हुआ, how nationalism started and how nationalism progressed. Yes, only chapter 1 and 2 history. Okay, so please pay attention to the screen. Okay, I will not be reading your messages now. Okay, during explanation I will not be reading your messages, so please pay attention to the screen now. All right, so you pay attention on the background, the starting, the how nationalism progressed. Okay, now here you can come to page 2. All right, and if you come to the first line, the nature of nationalism in Europe underwent many changes. Nationalism did not exist in Europe in the Middle Ages, and at that time all Christians in Western Europe belonged to the Catholic Church. All educated people used the Latin language, and they all lived under the Holy Roman Empire. Allegiance to a nation by the masses as a result was unknown in those centuries. Instead, most people considered themselves to be the first of all. Now there are certain points that you see in page number 2, like number 1 Christians, number 2 residents of a certain region. These list you study. I'm sorry, these points you study. You study these points very nicely. Okay, getting it? You study the points first of all. Okay, there are total of 3 points, and then the rest 3 points. There are 3 developments gradually brought about changes. So what changes came in nationalism? So changes in nationalism. This question, I see that this question comes often. Changes in nationalism. There are 3 points total. There are 3 points total. You study these 3 points very nicely. All right. Getting it? Okay. Please pay attention. Please pay attention to the screen. Okay. Then how nationalism progressed. जो मैंने यहाँ पे कहा कि how it progressed. So everything will come here only. All right. Then, okay. Did you see this thing? Okay. You can maybe you can repeat the thing after this thing. You take a screenshot, okay, because I'll be going very fast, so you can take a screenshot of this, okay, or later you can come and visit again after some time. All right. Then point number 4, you see, just hold a second. Point number 4, you see, in point number 4 you study the factors responsible for growth of nationalism in Europe. So factors responsible, this is page number 3. Factors responsible, this is very important. Factors responsible for the growth of nationalism. For the growth of nationalism. For the growth of nationalism. All right. I'm sorry. All right. So you study the factors. This I find very important. This I find very very important. ये मुझे बहुत important लग रहा है. You study this, okay? Then now there is French Revolution also. So separate question may come on that. Elaborate on French Revolution. Elaborate on French Revolution. This is under factors responsible, okay? It will come under French Revolution only. But you separately study French Revolution also. Okay, you separately study on French Revolution. One more thing that I would like to tell you is that, see, if your concept is not correct in history, then you will never be able to memorize notes. See, history is such a subject where you cannot exactly memorize. What you do is that you just remember the important events and just make points. आप ऐसे points बना के लिख के जाए, जैसे French Revolution. What are the factors responsible for the growth of nationalism? Point number 1, French Revolution. Point number 2, this. Point number 3, that. So you make headings, sub-headings for each. You make sub-headings for each, and then in the exam and just go and explain that in your own words, in good English, obviously, not in tuta-puta English, broken English, in good English. All right, you go and explain it like that. It will help you out a lot instead of memorizing, simply memorizing everything, okay? Because history is a very vast subject. All right, so French Revolution is 1 point. Then you have several points here. You can study all these things very nicely, okay? I'll give you one more thing. Just hold on a second. Okay. Come to page number 4. You have reforms of Napoleon. You have reforms on Napoleon. Actually, this will be, I won't give it 5. Okay. Let this be 4A, 4B. This is the reforms of Napoleon. Reforms of Napoleon. Okay. This is point number 2. So what you do is that you just look at the all right. Reforms of Napoleon is one. There are also certain points in the reforms of Napoleon. Then the third point is the spread of the idea of nationalism in Europe. Okay, spread of the idea of nationalism. Spread of the idea of nationalism. Where? In Europe. ठीक है? All right. Okay. Then number 4. Point number 4. The rise of new middle class. Okay. The rise. Point number 4. Under factors responsible for the growth of nationalism. The rise of new middle class. The rise of new middle class. All right. The rise of new middle class. Okay. Number 5 or number E, spread of ideology of liberalism. spread of ideology of liberalism. All right, spread of ideology of liberalism. Ideology means the basic idea behind liberalism, how liberalism was originated, why it was originated, what was the basic idea of liberalism. मतलब लिबरलिज्म जो है ये इसका बेसिक आइडिया क्या था, क्यों ये स्प्रेड होने लगा, क्या जरूरत था लिबरलिज्म so that it could spread. Why was it necessary for liberalism to be spread? So what is the basic idea behind that liberalism? Okay, so ideology of liberalism. Number 6 point number F or 6 is, so under liberalism, you see, under the spread of the ideology of liberalism, you have political reasons, political ideology, you have economic ideology. So both the things you study very nicely, political and economic. Political ideology is there and economic ideology is there. ठीक है, political ideology और economic ideology दोनों है, ठीक है. और नंबर F या नंबर 6 में आप देखिए, this is the last point, the impact of the Treaty of Vienna and the new conservatism. Treaty of Vienna and new conservatism. ठीक है, all right, conservatism. Getting it? So these are the 6 points that are, which are the factors actually which are responsible for the growth of nationalism. ये वो 6 points है जो कि important है for the rise of nationalism. Please study this question very nicely. I feel this might be important. All right, I feel this might be important. All right, everyone, please pay attention to the screen because tomorrow is your exam. Okay. All right, so factors responsible for the growth of nationalism. All right, so this is it actually. Okay, the rise of nationalism. Now here you see, look at the Treaty of Vienna and what is conservatism actually. What is conservatism? मैं थोड़ा explain कर दूं आप सब लोगों को. Conservatism क्या है, ये conservatism का ये system क्या है. Okay, pay attention to the screen please. The rise of Napoleon. तो Napoleon जब famous हो रहा था, when Napoleon was rising, his powers were increasing. The rise of Napoleon, his conquests and his defeat, वो जीत रहा था. He was winning also as well as he was losing also. So his conquests, his defeats in the year 1815, 1815 में. Okay, did you write this thing? Let me just clear the screen. Okay, I'll just go here. अब देखो पॉइंट नंबर F को हम लोग थोड़ा डिस्कस करते हैं, थोड़ा सा डिस्कस करते हैं पॉइंट नंबर F को. लेट्स डिस्कस पॉइंट नंबर F. So here the rise of Napoleon, actually the rise of Napoleon. Okay, Napoleon in 1815. So the rise of Napoleon in 1815 gave rise to a new ideology. This gave rise to this ideology called conservatism, new conservatism, or conservatism simply. Okay, conservatism. ठीक है, ये rise of Napoleon, his winnings, his defeats actually gave rise to this ideology called conservatism. ठीक है, अब ये conservatism आखिर है क्या? What is, and remember it was in Europe. Okay, ये पूरा nationalism का concept जो है ये यूरोप में हुआ था, nowhere else. So we will talk from that this thing of the Europe, from the perspective of Europe only. All right, then you see ये conservatism आखिर है क्या? I'll just read out from the textbook. Please try to understand this thing. This is from page number 7. Page number 7, point number 6. Page 7, point number 6. Okay, page 7, point number 6. Please turn to the page. Okay, those who are there actually listening. All right, I would like, please pay attention to the screen, please. Then you see, there was a desire to go back to the established tradition, institutions of the state and society. Okay, so क्या हुआ था कि time was going by actually, and the need to go back to that old tradition, the need, the desire, वो जो इच्छा हुआ कि हम पुराने tradition में लौट के जाए, the old tradition, this desire to go back to the old tradition. Okay, traditional institutions of the state, old traditions or old traditional institutions of the state, or society, I'm sorry, of state or society. Okay, of state or society, okay. European governments believe that monarchy, the church, social hierarchy, property should be preserved. तो क्या हुआ था, देखिए उस टाइम पे तो राजा महाराजा थे, at that time kings and queens were, that is why monarch. Monarchy मतलब where king rules, actually king or queen. Monarchy मतलब ruler is always, ruler जो होता है वो either king होता है या queen होता है, इसको हम लोग मोनार्की कहते हैं, वी कॉल दैट मोनार्की. ओके, तो इस मोनार्की सिस्टम को सपोर्ट किया जा रहा था बिकॉज दिस फेल अंडर दिस ओल्ड ट्रेडिशन. ये जो पुराने ट्रेडिशन है, और ये जो पुराना ट्रेडिशन है मोनार्की. नाउ व्हेन द राइज ऑफ नेपोलियन, जब नेपोलियन के टाइम पे, जब नेपोलियन राइज हो रहा था, व्हेन हिज पावर्स वर इंक्रीजिंग, ही वाज, वो हार भी रहा था, ही वाज लूजिंग आल्सो, ही वाज विनिंग आल्सो, बट व्हेन दैट कंजर्वेटिज्म आइडियलिज्म केम, एक्चुअली these people started supporting the old traditional institutions of state or society. So one of the oldest traditions was monarchy also. They said that monarchy should come again. Okay, we support monarchy, and ये जो monarchy है, तो ruler जो है वो king या queen ही फिर से हम लोग ये करना चाहते हैं. We want to again go back to that old tradition, and the ruler should be king or queen. Let me read out some more. Even the church also. Church at that time was very powerful. Let me tell you, once upon a time church was a very powerful institution at that time. Whatever the priest said, the king used to follow the priest only. So the church system also was supported. They supported the church system also, that let us go back to the church system once again. Then you see, not only that, the church, social hierarchy, property, everything should be preserved. So they wanted preservation of all these old traditions. इन लोगों को वो प्रिजर्व करके, मतलब सेव करके रखना चाहते थे. दे वांटेड टू प्रिजर्व दीज ओल्ड ट्रेडिशंस. एक्चुअली दैट इज कॉन्जर्वेटिज्म. ये है कॉन्जर्वेटिज्म. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया, ये है कॉन्जर्वेटिज्म. हम लोग क्या करते हैं, व्हाट डू, वी मूव ऑन विद द टाइम, अभी मोबाइल का जमाना है, इट इज द एज ऑफ मोबाइल फोन. हु वांट्स टू गो बैक टू दैट एज ऑफ लैंडलाइन चलता भी नहीं है. So who wants to go back to that age of landline? Nobody would like to go back to that age of landline. We need to go, we need to follow the time. We need to keep our pace with the time. है ना? We want to keep our pace with the time. But यहाँ पे conservatism में ये उल्टा है. It is उल्टा in the conservatism ideology. They wanted to go back, not move with the time. They wanted to go back, and they supported monarchy. They supported church, and not only that. They supported the social hierarchy system also. Social hierarchy क्या होता है पता है? मैं अगर इंडियन लैंग्वेज में, मतलब इंडियन टर्म्स में एक्सप्लेन करूँ, इफ आई एक्सप्लेन यू इन इंडियन टर्म्स, क्या होता है सोशल हायरार्की? मतलब नीचे के लेवल से लेकर ऊपर के लेवल के लोग तक. जैसे हमारे इन आवर ट्रेडिशन वी हैव दिस थिंग ना, दैट ब्राह्मण्स, वैश्यस, क्षत्रियस, आई एम सॉरी, ब्राह्मण्स, क्षत्रियस, वैश्यस एंड शूद्रस. So Sudras are the lowest, then comes Vaishyas, then Kshatriyas, then it comes on the top is the Brahmins. Okay, so ये है social hierarchy. People are divided on the basis of their, how do I put it? People are, on the basis of the job they do, on the basis of their family upbringing. Like king's son. It was expected that king's son will become king only. कोई वोट सिस्टम तो था नहीं. Like today we have democratic system, we have voting system. Anybody who wants to contest election, जो भी contest करना चाहे election, वो contest कर सकता है. Anybody who wants to contest election can contest election, and if that person is capable, he will become say prime minister. Prime minister, if you know about our prime minister, once upon a time when he was a child, he used to sell tea. Okay, honorable prime minister Narendra Modi ji, he used to sell T, right? So how did he become the prime minister? By dint of his hard work. So nowadays, this social hierarchical system does not exist. I wouldn't say does not exist. It exists, but to a very large extent because we have a democratic setup. इसलिए जो है सोशल हायरार्की जो है ये बहुत ओल्ड ट्रेडिशन है, हम लोग इसको फॉलो नहीं करते. लेकिन हियर इन कंजर्वेटिज्म दे स्टार्टेड फॉलोइंग सोशल हायरार्की आल्सो. ओके, सोशल हायरार्की आल्सो. हायरार्की मतलब लेवल, लेवल 1, लेवल 2, लेवल 3, लेवल 4, लाइक दैट. ओके, इतना समझ में आया? तो ये है कंजर्वेटिज्म का आइडिया. यू विल फाइंड दिस इन पेज 7. मैं डिटेल में नहीं जा रहा हूं. देयर आर सर्टेन पॉइंट्स ऑफ कंजर्वेटिज्म. प्लीज स्टडी द टर्म्स ऑफ द ट्रीटी ऑफ वियना. लुक एट पेज नंबर 7. आई जस्ट कैंसिल दिस. ओके, आई जस्ट कैंसिल दिस. ये ट्रीटी ऑफ वियना, पेज नंबर 7 of your textbook, Treaty of Vienna. Look at the right column of your book, the Treaty of Vienna. Point number 1, the Bourbon dynasty. Look at the first line from page 7, column 2. This side, right side वाला column में देखो, ऐसा एक blue color का है. The Bourbon dynasty, which was exiled and deposed during the French Revolution, was restored to power. These were the terms, okay, the terms of the Treaty of Vienna in 1815. Treaty of Vienna 1815. ये आप लोग पढ़ के जाइए, ये मुझे important लग रहा है. Getting it? Please pay attention to the screen, okay? You see, because of all of you, I have brought this video actually. Because of all of you, yes, I am explaining in English only. Okay, majority of my explanations will be 95% will be English only. Sometimes either little bit here and there Hindi, but don't worry, the concept will be, the whole explanation will be in Hindi only. English only. I'm sorry. The whole explanation will be in English only. Okay. So Treaty of Vienna you study very nicely. Okay. Then we have the unification of Germany. We have the unification of Germany. We have the unification of Germany. Page number 8. Unification of Germany. There are certain points here. You can study these points. History में एक सबसे अच्छा चीज क्या पता है? In history, there is a fantastic system to remember things in history. You make points in history. History में आप लोग points बनाइए. You make points in history. उस points के basis पे जो है आप लोग फिर elaborate कीजिए. After making the points, then you go on elaborating those points. That will help you a lot. ठीक है? तो हम लोग basically पढ़ेंगे unification of Germany. Once again, everyone pay attention to the screen. तो यूनिफिकेशन ऑफ जर्मनी ये इंपॉर्टेंट है फॉर शॉर्ट क्वेश्चंस एंड आंसर्स आल्सो. अब इसमें क्या है कि जर्मनी के बारे में आप पढ़ेंगे. ओके, द ऑलराइट, पेज नंबर 8. फिर ज़ोलिवरिन कस्टम के बारे में आप पढ़ेंगे. यहाँ पे ज़ोलिवरिन कस्टम के बारे में आप पढ़ेंगे. यहाँ पे ये आप थोड़ा पढ़ के जाइए. शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन आंसर्स के लिए, शॉर्ट नोट्स के लिए ये आ सकता है. ठीक है, दिस इज थिंग. दिस विल बी अंडर यूनिफिकेशन ऑफ जर्मनी ओनली. ओके, यूनिफिकेशन ऑफ जर्मनी. व्हाट इज ज़ोलिवरिन कस्टम? व्हाट इज ज़ोलिवरिन? ज़ोलिवरिन आखिर है क्या? डेफिनेशन ऑफ ज़ोलिवरिन. डेफिनेशन ऑफ ज़ोलिवरिन. ओके, ये आप पढ़ के जाइए क्योंकि मेरे पास okay, because you see explaining in detail is not possible right now. We don't have so much time to go on with detailed explanation. That is why I'm just giving you the important points which will help you actually. Okay, but at the same time I would like to suggest you, please still you prepare everything and go. God knows, you see from where they will ask you questions, what kind of questions will be said. So this would be my suggestion. All right, I'm just helping you. This is just a small assistance, a small help. Not a big help. Okay, in 1 hour I cannot help you anything with history. Okay, so small help from my side. Okay, not much. Okay, Frankfurt Assembly is there, 1848. King William and his Iron Chancellor is there. Okay, remember the names. Remember the names. Important names you remember. Okay, you remember the important names. Okay, important names, very important to remember. Then let us come to the blood and iron policy. I think this is important, blood and iron policy. Okay, blood and iron policy. This is in page 9. Page 9, blood and iron policy. Page 9. ये वाला आप थोड़ा देख के जाइए, blood and iron policy. Sir, at this point only God only can help us. No, no, no. God cannot help you. You can help yourself, because God helps those who help themselves. This is a very wonderful saying. I have been hearing this saying since childhood. That God helps those who help themselves. Alright? God सिर्फ उनकी मदद करता है जो खुद की मदद करता है. Getting it? Alright. Now, blood and iron policy. Please study the blood and iron policy very nicely. And there are so many points in the blood and iron policy. I feel this could be important. I feel this can be important. Achha, let me ask you one more thing. Just give me 5 minutes. I'll come to this. Okay. All right. Then you have the unification of Italy. Unification of Italy. Unification of Italy you have. All right, under unification of Italy. Okay, is there anything that you would like to, this is what I wanted to ask. Is there anything that you wanted to me to clarify on the unification of Italy? See, if you just read the textbook, it is enough actually. See, there's nothing for explanation. I'll tell you why there's nothing for explanation. It's because in the book the explanation is very much. Liberalism is important. Yes. Liberalism is very important. Nationalism, liberalism. Please study these things very nicely. I've already explained. Treaty of Vienna is very important. Alright, Treaty of Vienna is very important. Okay, Treaty of Vienna is very, very important. Right. Then come to page 18. I'm just skipping. Okay, unification of Italy. Is there anything that you would like to? Is there any map? Map pointing is quite easy. Your teacher must have taught you symbols, right? Your teacher must have taught you symbols. Your teacher must have taught you symbols. Right or wrong? Isn't it? Okay. So unification of Italy you study with. See, for map pointing, let me tell you, for map pointing you will be supplied with the Indian map. You will be supplied with a map. आप लोगों को map provide किया जाएगा. You will be supplied with a map. What you do is that your teacher must have taught you the symbols. Now I cannot here teach you symbols. I tell you why. Because school to school this symbol thing varies actually. School to school this symbol thing varies actually. Say train symbol. Okay, train line. Train symbol will be like that, or sometimes train symbol is like that also. River will be like that. Alright, yes, conservatism I have explained already. Okay, conservatism I have explained already. If you have missed, you can come back and check out that thing. Alright, and in the book there are the points given in the book are yes. Shreya's the role of Mazzini, that's right. The role of Mazzini is very important. I was coming to that only. Okay, after unification of Italy, the role of Mazzini. Please study this question. Very, very, very important question. Role of Mazzini. I'm writing in short. Okay. Role of Mazzini. Okay, who is the soul actually? Who is considered the soul? Please study this answer very nicely. Conservatism, I've already explained, Bandry. Conservatism. I've already explained conservatism. You can come back to the video once I have ended, okay? Otherwise, it will take a lot of time. Yes, I understand. There was a lot of problem for all of you. Schools were closed actually. Conservatism, okay? Conservatism I've explained already. You can just come back. Map is very easy. Yes, map is, see, in map pointing, you will be given, your teacher must have taught you symbols, different symbols, right? Your teacher must have taught you different symbols. For road, there is a symbol. For train lines, there is symbol. For rivers, there is symbol. Okay, so those symbols you use. And one more thing, you need to know, say for example, your in the question paper it is given the Thar desert. Now if you don't know where is the Thar desert, how will you locate in the map? If you don't know where is the Thar desert, how will you locate in the map? Right? So location, so you see, and I'll give you one trick. What the trick is that, you see what the trick is that, from geography, from geography book itself, map points will be given. Where is this, where is that? Not outside the geography. Combined all your geography chapters, they'll give you map pointing. So if you know the chapters, if you have learned the chapters very nicely, you'll easily get all the locations of in your map pointing. All right. So Mazzini, role of Mazzini. Please study very nicely the role of Mazzini. Just hold on a second. I'll just give you one more important. Okay, in blood and iron policy, I just give you blood and iron policy. In blood and iron policy, you study Bismarck. Okay, the role of Bismarck. Blood and iron policy. See, if you study blood and iron policy, the role of Bismarck will be important. Role of Bismarck. All right, role of Bismarck you study very nicely. Okay. All right. Okay, this one you study very nicely, the role of Bismarck. Okay, let me come to some more points from chapter 1, and then chapter 1 I'll go to chapter 2 now. Bismarck का ये पूरा आप पढ़िए बहुत अच्छे से. Please study Bismarck's role actually. All right. Okay. Just hold on a second. Yes, Count Cavalry is there. Study about Count Cavalry. Somebody was telling me here about Count Cavalry. Yes, Cavalry is there. Cavalry. Okay, Cavalry is there. All right. Cavalry is there. Cavalry is there. Okay, Count Cavalry is there. Okay, so you study about Count Cavalry. Then just hold on a second. You study Garibaldi also. Okay. You study Garibaldi also from 1807 to 1882. You study Garibaldi also. Okay. You study this one also. All right. You study this also. Right. Now, there are certain important points which you find in your book. Okay. Small points, like in page 14 you see 1860, in which dates you study very nicely. Please study the dates very nicely. In which dates and events you study. Say 1860, page number 14, 1860. Parma, Modena, Tuscany joined it. Garibaldi conquers Sicily and Naples. Cavalry annexes all the remaining central states except Rome. 1861, only Venetian papal city of Rome outside the Union. All these things you study very nicely. Okay, all these things you study very nicely. Okay, now this is not, see, let me tell you, this is not something to be studied in one day. Obviously, you need whole year preparation. I'm just like, Okay, nationalism and imperialism. Nationalism and imperialism. Page number 18, 1-8. Nationalism and imperialism. Imperialism. So nationalism and imperialism, page number 18 you'll find in your history book. Page number 18, nationalism and imperialism. Okay. So how nationalism became militaristic and chauvinistic. Okay, militaristic nationalism, how it became militaristic, terroristic and chauvinistic. Okay, how it turned. All these things you study. These things you study nicely. Yes, what about the wars? Wait, I'm coming to that. Anti-colonial and anti-imperial movements. This is one. Anti-colonial and anti-imperial movement. This is the last topic. Anti-colonial and anti-imperial movement. Okay, anti-imperial movement. This one you study very nicely. Concept of liberalism. Liberalism you study very nicely. And as I told you, please follow last 3 years question paper. I said 2020, but 2018, 19, 18, 2019 and 2020 question papers you follow very nicely. Descriptive. Okay. And obviously page 21 you can follow your describe the role of Bismarck in unifying Germany. Okay, now these 3 question you follow nicely. Okay, and all these concepts that I've discussed with all of you. All right, that depends on the number of questions that comes. That depends on the number of questions that comes from these 2 chapters. Okay. All right. And you study your back page, page 21. In page 21, you have certain questions. You study these questions very nicely. Allegory of a nation. Aditi is asking allegory of a nation. All right. All right. In page number 3, yes, I'm coming to that. In page number 3, on the top of your book, you have the definition of nation. What is a nation? You study those definitions very nicely. Okay, you study those definitions very nicely. Okay, what is a nation? Okay, you study those definitions of a nation very nicely, right? Okay. Is there any other thing that you would like to ask? Because we have completed chapter 1. We have completed chapter 1. Okay. Okay, conservatism. This thing of conservatism is already here in page number 7 in that box. Page number 7 in that box. Page 7 in that box, you'll find definition of conservatism. Okay, a political philosophy which stresses on the importance of traditions, established institutions and customs. So something that focuses on traditions, customs, that is called conservatism. Okay, right? Okay, and they do not believe in changes. जैसे मैंने आपको कहा ना, I just told you that this is the age of mobile phones. If somebody is still using that old landline phone, that is conservatism. I don't want to progress with the time. I don't want to use a mobile phone, and I don't want to progress with the time. I want to go back to the old times and use the landline phones only, which I cannot even carry with me. Okay, so that is conservatism. Remaining conserved. Okay, I don't want to progress. I want to go back to the old times. Okay, these are the things that you can study. Okay, what was um, Bismarck's role in the wait, just hold on a second. Just hold on a second. Yes, what was Bismarck's role in unifying Germany? Okay, what was Bismarck's role in unifying Germany? Very important. Okay. Is there anything else from chapter 1 that you would like to see? You just need to study these points actually. Is there anything that you would like me to explain? So, sir, which one, A or B? Which one, A or B question? What is a nation? What is a nation? I just told you what is a nation. It's there in your book only. You'll find the definition in your book only. A or B, you can write both. You can write both. A also, A and B both you can write for nation. A and B you can write both for nation you can write. Okay? You can write both. Depends on the marks. Depends on the marks. Okay. Alright. Allegory of a nation you're telling from which chapter actually, Aditi? Allegory of a nation you're telling exactly from which chapter? Is there any other question that you would like to ask? Otherwise, I'll move to chapter 2 and explain very quickly. Okay. The wars you study very nicely. Okay. The wars you study very nicely. The Franco-Russian War, the Austro-Prussian War, page 11. War. From page 11. Okay. You study these wars very nicely. It will help you a lot because separate questions may come. Okay. Separate questions may come. Okay, page 17. Page 17. Portrayal of a nation. Yes. So how the female form became an allegory of a nation. Okay. I'll just come to this explanation. Listen, I'll just come to this explanation. Yes, I got it. I got it already. Yes, I got it already. This is under the portrayal of a nation, page number 17. You see that how the female form became an allegory of a nation. Okay. See, there are many countries that consider nation as a male. There are many nations that consider nation as a female. Say United States of America, they consider nation as male, fatherland, and country like us, we consider India as our motherland, female. Okay, we consider in the country as our motherland. Okay, so how this female form became an allegory of a nation? Okay. Allegory is, I'll tell you what is allegory. Allegory is actually a term which is used in English literature actually. Allegory means कि meaning के अंदर का meaning. Okay, a meaning which is hidden behind a word. The hidden meaning actually, not the outer meaning. It's the hidden meaning, the idea, the ideology. You're getting the point. Allegory is meaning inside a meaning. Generally क्या होता है? Say for example, there's a word called big. Big we know something which is large or huge. Okay, but in order to explain a concept, in order to explain a concept, big, inside that big word, there can be a very vast understanding. उस कॉन्सेप्ट को एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए ये जो बिग वर्ड है, इसके अंदर अंडर दिस बिग देयर कैन बी अ वेरी ह्यूज अंडरस्टैंडिंग. इट लार्ज एंड ह्यूज आर आउटर मीनिंग्स. ठीक है. तो फ्रॉम आउटसाइड, नाउ लेट मी कम टू दिस थिंग. इट विल बी इजी फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड. ठीक है. It will be easy for you to understand अगर मैं इस तरीके से explain करूँ. If I explain this way, see, I told you that USA considers their country as fatherland, which is male. India considers their India considers the nation as, portrays the nation as a female, motherland, right? How? Why? Why is it like that? That explanation is given in your book. What is the meaning hidden under, or what is the concept behind which gave this kind of idea that USA will consider its nation as male and India will consider its nation as female. Why this idea came, I'll explain you that. Listen. In the 18th and 19th centuries, look at the textbook, okay? I'll explain you from the book only. In the 18th and 19th centuries, a nation was portrayed as a female figure. So 18 basically क्या है कि 18th और 19th century में ये हुआ basically 18th और 19th century में. So in 18th and 19th centuries, a nation was portrayed as a female figure. Okay, nation को एक female form दिया गया, एक female figure दिया गया. It was given a female figure in the 18th and 19th centuries, either 18th or 19th centuries. Okay. They did not portray any particular woman, but gave an abstract idea of a nation as a concrete form. Okay, so it was not like they portrayed the female, matlab they did not give a picture that this female will be, say for example, you have products no in the market, say lens card. Lens card is done by some actor, right? Amazon is, the brand ambassador of Amazon is some actor. The brand ambassador of MRF bat, that cricket bat, is Sachin Tendulkar, say for example. है ना? So, okay, so for a country also, a brand ambassador, no such brand ambassador was selected like that. Not a concrete human form was selected. It was just a female, just a woman. Okay, it was just a female, just a woman. Okay, right? अब क्या हुआ? The ideas of liberty, justice, and the republic were portrayed by artists in female form. अब these are the work of the artists actually. These are the work of artists. Okay, that they gave the idea of liberty. Look at this. They gave the idea of liberty, the idea of justice, and the idea of republic, where people rule actually, republic, as females. Okay, as females. ठीक है? Okay. आप लोग देखते होंगे, you must have seen our Indian movies, Hindi movies. You must have seen our Hindi movies, where in a courtroom there is this lady of justice. Okay, the eyes are blindfolded. Eyes blindfolded. Eyes are blindfolded, and the hands are carrying kind of a measure like this, है ना? Carrying a type of measure like this. Okay, and this thing is being held by that lady. Insaf ka tarazu. Okay, right? That was actually picturized by these artists only. Okay, this was portrayed by the artists only. Alright, so here you see justice was symbolized as a blindfolded woman carrying a pair of weighing scales. Liberty was shown as a broken chain. The same method was used by artists to portray a nation also. Now there are different nations, examples of nations given in the book. In France, a system developed. They portrayed the French nation as a woman named Marianne, with a red cap, the tricolor, and the cockade, all symbols of liberty, to promote unity and to make this allegorical representations a symbol of the nation. Allegorical representation मतलब देखिए अब क्या होता है कि women को generally, मैं एक चीज I would like to tell you this thing, why this concept arose actually, that women should be an allegorical form of a nation. an allegorical form of a nation. Okay, why women should be an allegorical form of a nation? The basic thing is that women has the power of giving birth, right? So they have this special power of giving birth. So women is considered as a very powerful being, actually a very powerful or divine being. We don't respect, people don't respect women actually, but it should not be like that. People don't respect women actually, but it should not be like that. Okay, so because of this power of giving birth, women is considered next to God actually. Who can give birth? God can give birth. So God has given this power to women. So women is next to God. We can say that a woman is next to God only, and women has been given this powerful and divine power actually. Okay, and here you see that that is why many artists chose a women to symbolize this power, to symbolize this power. Okay, to symbolize the power, and that is why artists gave this form of women only. Okay, I am explaining from page 17. This is page 17. This is page 17. Now tell me whether this explanation is clear to you or not. Allegorical form matlab it is a kind of a symbol. Allegorical form matlab the hidden symbol. The hidden symbol. See, nation is not the houses that we build. The houses that we build. It is not a form of a woman. It is not a form of a woman, right? But the hidden symbol behind that formation of a nation is women. Okay, this is the hidden symbol actually, and this is the meaning of allegory actually. A hidden symbol. Okay. Why allegory? Okay, nation is not in a women figure. If you look at the map of India, you cannot say that the map of India is like a woman, right? If you see the map of United States of America, you cannot say that the map of the United States of America is in the form of a male, in the form of a man, but actually it is this concept of women, nation portrayed as a women, or nation portrayed as a men. This concept is just an idea, and this idea is very unique, very divine. ठीक है, ये आइडिया बहुत यूनिक है और बहुत डिवाइन है ये आइडिया. Okay, did you understand this much? Yes, so we will continue. This is page 70. Okay, so you can explain this thing from the book itself, that portrayal of a nation in which countries how women was portrayed, in which countries. So here there is an explanation that in France how women was portrayed, then in Germany how women was portrayed, how the nation came to be symbolized as a woman. Okay, Germany, I'm sorry, actually it's given Germany also in the book. Germany. Okay, so all this, then page 18 you'll find the symbols. Page 18. Okay, you'll find the symbols here. Please study this thing very nicely, the portrayal of a nation. Okay, do we have to learn the symbols also? Symbols for what? Geography you're talking of, Jenkai? Are you talking of geography? Are you talking of geography? Symbols of which one? This portrait of a nation or geography you're talking of? I am not getting exactly. Alright, I'll just wait for your reply a little bit. I think 10-15 minutes more we can continue. Oh, symbols page 18. Okay, let me just run. Yeah, symbols yes, page 18. Yes, please. Symbols, please. You memorize the symbols. It might come as short notes also, no? Who knows? Please learn the symbols also. It might come as short notes, no? Or objectives, short questions, answers, objective. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Who knows in what form they will ask you. Alright. So you learn this. You give an overview and go. Okay, if you have learned this, all right. Page 17.1. Yes, yes, page 17.1. Please study. It might come as short questions also. No? You cannot afford to leave that. For short questions and answers, you study. All right. You cannot leave anything. अब हम आते हैं चैप्टर 2 पे. चैप्टर 2 में बेसिक कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट चीज, सम बेसिक इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स आई वांट टू. नॉन कोऑपरेशन इन सिविल डिसओबीडियंस मूवमेंट. सो दिस इज ऑल फ्रॉम आवर दिस थिंग related to of our topper only. All right. Okay. You study the First World War. All right. You study the First World War very nicely. Okay. First World War and Satyagraha movement. And Satyagraha movement. Okay. Satyagraha movement. Then Gandhiji's rule. Gandhiji's rule in Satyagraha. Okay. Gandhiji's role in Satyagraha movement. Please study Satyagraha very nicely. Satyagraha has a very this thing. Satyagraha movement, Gandhiji and Satyagraha. This Satyagraha has a very elaborate explanation actually. Okay, please study. And for short questions or short, I'm sorry for okay, for short notes or for short questions and answers, you study these movements. Okay, like the Champagrahan Satyagraha, the Kheda campaign, the Ahmedabad mill strike, the Rowlatt Act. Rowlatt Act you study very nicely. Rowlatt Act I find is very important. You study the Rowlatt Act very nicely. Then Jallianwala Bagh massacre is very important. Jallianwala Bagh, okay, tragedy. Study the dates very nicely. All the dates you study very nicely. Very important. All the dates you study very nicely. All right. Yes, Rowlatt Act is very important. Okay, I'll come to all. Khilafat and non-cooperation movement. Very, very important. Khilafat and non-cooperation movement. Page number 27. Khilafat and non-cooperation movement. Okay, Khilafat and non-cooperation movement. You study very nicely. All the points you study, all the points. This I find is very important. Gandhiji's role in Satyagraha movement, Rowlatt Act. I find these questions very important. Okay. Yes, I'm coming to that also. I'm coming to everything. I'm coming to everything. Even Dandi March and all these things. I'm coming to everything. Okay. Okay. Fight for Swaraj. Fight for Swaraj. Page 29. Fight for Swaraj. This is from page 29. Okay. You study this thing also very nicely. So, Swaraj, I find this Swaraj question very important. Fight for Swaraj. Very important question. Uh, Let me tell you another thing. Swaraj and the plantations actually, because I talked to this teacher, social studies teacher actually, he did not focus on Swaraj and plantations. He did not focus on Swaraj and plantations actually. All right, these questions. Please take a screenshot because I'll be clearing the screen. Okay. Please take a screenshot. Regarding Swaraj and plantations, he did not tell me anything. But if you wish to study, please do that also. But he did not suggest me actually. He did not suggest me that. Okay. Okay. All right. Then the suggestion that the teacher gave me, civil disobedience movement, very important. He said that it is very important. Civil disobedience movement. He told me that you suggest your students this civil disobedience movement. All right. He told me to suggest all of you civil disobedience movement. Then the movement and its various participants. I'll just clear the screen, okay? Next question. The movements and the participants. Role of participants in the various movements. If I put it like that, role of participants in various movements. Role of participants in various movements. Okay. Then the Gandhi-Irwin Pact in page 35. Gandhi-Irwin Pact. All right. This one you study. Okay. He suggested me to advise all of you to study this. Limits of civil disobedience, page 37. Limits of civil disobedience. Limits of civil disobedience, page number 37. Disobedience, page number 37. Please study this thing. Okay, I can see there are some students here who are actually creating little trouble for others by using very bad language. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. This is really very bad. Actually, it is. If you have, see, if you have exam tomorrow, if you're not from class 10, or if you don't have exams tomorrow, then please leave the live class, because there are students here who have actually come here on a very serious note. They are actually studying here. They want to do good results. It's already 1 hour. I have to complete this chapter also, and it is really very difficult for me also, because there are many important messages that go hidden when you spam in this way. Please, I would request you. I would request you to leave the live class if you are not interested. All right. I would like to request you to leave the class if you're not interested, if you don't feel like attending. Okay. Because you see, there are students who have come here, they have exams tomorrow. And because of all their requests, only I'm doing this live class. Right. This is a request. Okay. Please look at the screen. No need to give messages here. I'll give you time for discussions. I'll give you 5-10 minutes for discussions. Please look at the screen, please. See, otherwise what I'll have to do is that, and this will be bad actually on my part. Otherwise what I'll have to do is that, and this will be, I know this will be very bad on my part. Then I will have to keep the live sessions. Then I will have to keep the live sessions on payment of fees actually, because only then these students who are actually using slang languages, they won't come here. That is that, and I don't want to do that. Dharsana Satyagraha in short. Okay, I'm coming to this. Paid actually. Keep the live sessions paid actually. Okay. If this goes, and I don't want to do that, you see, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay, this is very wrong, you see. All right, everyone, please pay attention to the screen. Okay. So, okay, I'm coming to your. I'm coming to your. Yes, yes, I know that. Okay. Otherwise, I'll just report. Okay. If somebody is spamming or using any wrong languages here, I will simply report and remove. So, from next time, you will not be able to attend my class. Whenever you'll do, I'll yes, yes. I'm trying to ignore actually, because you see, when I see your message, no, when I see your message, actually, what happens is, okay. All right. Okay. Anyways, we will continue. Okay. Okay. Let's continue. Okay. Just hold on a second. Let me just continue with it. Wait. Um, okay. Limits of civil disobedience. You study very nicely. Then one more is there. You study the okay, wait. Okay, I told you this thing. Now study the dates very nicely. Okay, study all the dates very nicely. Dates बहुत अच्छे से study करके जाइए आप कि कौन सा which movement was done in happened in which year. Okay, all these things you okay. All right, so all these things you study very nicely. Right, then obviously you have all these important questions at the back page. All right, all these important questions you have at the back page. Please study these important questions from the back page, page number 40. Page number 40. Important questions from page 40. Okay, important questions from page 40. All right, all right. These thing you study very nicely. Okay. Uh, okay. Banry was asking me something. Banry was asking me something. I just forgot the question actually. See how I get distracted. I get distracted very easily. I get distracted very easily. Okay. I forgot the question actually. I get distracted very easily. And Banry, please can you specify me the page number also? I just got distracted. Okay. Can you please specify me the page number also of the explanation that you want? I'll do it very quickly, okay? So that all of you can go for revisions also. Most of you have revisions now. Important question from page 40. Important questions from page 40. Okay. Question number 1, question number 2, question number 4, question number 1, 2, 4, 5. This is from number 4, long questions and answers. This is from number 4, long questions and answers. From number 3, sub number 1, 2, 4, you can study the Chori Chora, though the teacher did not tell me actually. Can you explain page 38? Okay. Okay. I am reporting, but you see these unwanted elements keep coming actually, and I want to, yes, page 35, yes, I've got it, page 35. Actually, I want to pay attention to the screen only and read your messages at the same time if there is any important thing that you want to ask actually, and whenever I look at the screen I find only slangs. Please ignore, okay? Okay, let's pay attention to the questions now. Okay, look at this now. Chori Chora you can study, okay, though the teacher did not ask me, but still you see Chori Chora is like okay, Chori Chora is okay. All right. Yes, I have done already. Yes, I have done already. I have reported already. Okay, look at this now. Uh, Salt March you can study number 5. Salt March you can study number 5. And question number 8. Question number 8. And very short type answers I think you can study all, which is number 2. Very short type answers I think you can study all. Alright, you can study all. Right? Okay. Let's come to this Dharsan Satyagraha explanation. Okay, this will be the last explanation. Let's come to this explanation of Dharsan Satyagraha. So look at this explanation. Okay, look at the textbook, page number 35. This is in page 35. Okay, this is in page 35. Okay. Now look at this. On May 21st, 1930, Sarojini Naidu, the first Indian woman to become president of the Congress, Imam Sahib, Gandhiji's comrade, comrade means friend, okay, partner, friend. Gandhiji's comrade in the South African struggle, and Gandhiji's son Manilal led a band of 2,000 volunteers and marched towards Dharasana salt works. So there is a salt type of a salt company called Dharasana salt works. So what happened is that Gandhiji on 21st May 1930, on 21st May 1930, so Sarojini Naidu, okay, Sarojini, I'm writing in short, Sarojini Naidu, then Imam Sahib, then Gandhiji's friend. Imam Sahib was Gandhiji's friend in South Africa. So Imam Sahib, okay, Imam Sahib, and then even Gandhiji's son Manilal Gandhi, along with 2000, okay, Manilal Gandhi, along with 2000 more followers, they went to this Dharsana salt works. Okay, they went to this Dharsana salt works. Then what happened? As they came close, the police rushed forward and brutally lathi charged them and beat them till the satyagrahis fell down. So the police came and the police attacked these people along with the 2000 followers. Okay, all right, along with the 2000 followers. All right, Sarojini Naidu, Imam Sahib, Manilal, and those 2000 followers. What happened? The police came and beat them with big lathis. Okay, lathi charged all of them, and they all fell on the ground. वो लोग सारे जमीन पे गिर गए, injured. Okay, very brutally they had beaten, the police had beaten these people very badly, very brutally. Okay, so all of them fell on the ground, and comrades rushed forward to carry away the injured on stretchers. So stretcher लाया गया. Stretcher, you know, no, hospital patients are carried on stretchers actually. I'm sorry, injured people are carried on stretchers to the hospital. Okay, so stretchers were brought, and many of the followers carried the injured people, the leaders, the satyagrahis. Okay, those who actually, let me tell you, those who actually fought for the truth are known as satyagrahi. Satya means truth, and agrahi, satya means truth, and agrahi means those who follow truth. Okay, so satyagrahi means, in short, those who follow the path of truth, follow truth or the path of truth. Okay, they are known as satyagrahi. Okay, satya agrahi. So what happens is that they carried these injured people on the stretchers. Another column came forward to take their place. They were also beaten to pulp and carried away. Okay, now what happened is that when they came to help, they were also beaten. Okay, they also actually, when these followers came to, when some of the followers actually, say 1,000 people were injured. Okay, say 1,000 people were injured out of them, and 1,000 people were quite okay. These 1,000 people are okay. They're well. So they came to help their friends, their leaders. What happened? The police had beaten them also. Okay, this is against the law. This is against the rule. All right. Then what happened is that column after column came forward till in the end the volunteers just sat down and waited for the police to beat them. Now what happened is that, see, they also came. Say 500 of them came to help, but those 500 were beaten. Then another 500 came to help them. Those 500 were also beaten. So now these followers thought that if whenever we are going to help our injured leaders or our injured friends, the police people, they are beating us. The police people, they are beating us. So what happened is that ultimately what they did, they just went and sat near the police. They just went and sat near the police, that come and beat us. Because ultimately you are beating us only. We are helping our injured followers. Yes, I'll give you important questions, Jenkai. Please look at the screen for the timing. I'll give you the important questions. Okay, please look at the explanation little bit, Jenkai. Look at the explanation, Jenkai. Okay. Okay, pay attention to the explanation. I'll tell you that. Okay, I'll tell you the important question. Please pay attention. Okay, at a time I cannot do so many things. Okay, so all these comrades, actually the people, they went and sat and said that yes, come and beat us. Okay, then what happened? Uh, uh, no one, not one arm was raised in defense. So when the police was coming and beating them with lathi sticks, when the police came and started beating all of them with sticks, generally what we do, we save ourselves like that. No, when the police comes and beat us, generally we defend ourselves. But none of these satyagrahis defended themselves. They said that you beat us, even you can kill us to death, we don't mind. Okay, but they did not even defend. The satyagrahis did not even defend themselves. By 11 a.m., the toll was 2 dead and 320 injured. So out of these, 2 died and 320 of the satyagrahis got injured. Okay, 320 satyagrahis got injured. A huge number, you see, got injured. It was a height of non-violence and courage unparalleled in history. Now, this Dharasana Satyagraha movement was actually a very big incident. Why? Because the police were actually very merciless. They did not show any mercy to the defenseless people. They did not have anything, unarmed. कोई हथियार नहीं था उनके पास. They did not carry any arm or anything. All right, they did not carry any arm or anything. All right, all right. Now you see. Okay, so they started. They were very merciless actually, and mercilessly they had beaten the satyagrahis. Okay. Now what happened? You see, after that, uh, an American journalist, Webb Miller, wrote in his paper, in 18 years of my reporting. See, this is a report by Webb Miller, who is an American journalist, and he said what you see. He said that in 18 years of my reporting in 20 countries. Matlab, since 18 years, this journalist has been reporting, very experienced reporter. So since 18 years of my reporting, and that too in how many countries? In 20 countries, this Webb Miller had been visiting. 20 countries during which I have witnessed civil disturbances, riots, street fights. I have never witnessed such harrowing scenes at the Dharasana. So even this Webb Miller, he admitted that whatever the police did, in his experience, in Webb Miller's experience, he visited 20 countries. Nowhere such bad type of incident he had ever seen in his entire life. He had never seen in his entire life. Okay, I have timed out. I have timed him out. Okay, I have timed out. Don't worry, I have timed out. I'm going to take only 10 minutes more. Okay, just 9:30. I'm going to sharp end the video. All of you will have to go and study tomorrow for exams. Okay, so what happened is that, you see, even this Webb Miller, he said that in my 18 years of experience in 20 countries, I have never witnessed, I've never seen such a kind of brutal torture done by the police to the unarmed people. Unarmed means people who do not carry any weapons with them. These satyagrahis did not carry any weapons with them. So they were unarmed. उनके पास कोई हथियार नहीं था. They were unarmed. Okay, and the police had done this thing. So finally, this is all about Dharasana Satyagraha. Dharasana Satyagraha is nothing but Dharasana Salt Works. It's the name of a salt work company actually. All right. Okay. Right. So is there, just last 10 minutes? Is there anything that you would like to ask? If you would like to ask anything. Okay. Can you ask anything? Do you want to ask anything? Yes, they abused, not only abused, they had beaten them, tortured them, they had beaten them with lathis, sticks, and injured them. The two got injured, two got killed, and 320 of them got injured, severely injured. They got severely injured. And let me tell you, this Dharasana salt work is in Gujarat, okay? This Dharasana salt work is in Gujarat. This Dharasana salt works is in Gujarat. Okay, and do you know why this thing was done? Why did Gandhiji, no, I'm sorry, why did Sarojini Naidu, Gandhiji's son, Imam Sahib, why all of them went? Because the British had been increasing the tax on salt tax. Because of this salt tax rule or law, these satyagrahis were against this law, salt tax law. These satyagrahis were against the salt tax law. They were against, okay, they were against this law. So in order to protest or stop the law, they started, they carried this movement actually. They started this movement against the salt tax law. Simon Commission, you want to know? Okay. Is there any other thing that you would like to, this thing? Simon Commission is there in page number 32. Simon Commission. Simon Commission. Look at page 32. I'll just explain you in short about Simon Commission. I'll explain you. Okay. Okay. Is there any other thing that you want you would like to ask? Okay. Simon Commission. I'm coming to Simon Commission now. I'll come to Simon Commission now. Let me tell you Simon what happened in Simon Commission. What happened in Simon Commission? Let me inform you that. The Simon Commission में आखिर क्या हुआ था? Let me just explain you this thing. In Simon Commission, first of all, Simon Commission was actually not approved by our that time Indian leaders actually, and I'll tell you why. Simon Commission was not actually all right. First of all, no Indians were included. No Indians were included in the Simon Commission. Okay, no Indians were included in the Simon Commission. All of them were the white people, the British people. All the members were the British people. Okay, all British people were there actually. Okay, no Indians were in the Simon Commission. This was highly protested by our leaders at that time. All right. Okay. Till here, did you get? Okay. Till here, did you get? And the Congress was actually actually it was Congress who boycotted the Simon Commission because of this reason. Okay, because of this reason, the Congress that time they boycotted the commission. Okay. Okay. And it was Sir John Simon who was the head. Sir John Simon, who was the head of the Simon Commission. Sir John Simon. Okay. So what happened is that you must have heard of that famous slogan, "Go back, Simon." You must have heard that famous slogan that was raised, "Go back, Simon, go back, Simon." What happened? See, when the Simon Commission arrived in India in 1928, it was greeted with the slogan, "Go back, Simon." It is page 32. The response in India was unanimous and immediate. So everybody boycotted. Everybody, not only Congress, but along with the Congress people, everybody boycotted the Simon Commission at that time. All right. Is that clear till here? Did you understand? Okay. Till here, did you understand? All right. Okay. Yes. Okay, Jinkai. Okay. Okay. The rest is in this book only regarding important dates and all this thing. It is in this book only, page 32. Okay. You can just it is actually a 1919 act actually. Okay. So I think I would like to end the video now because it is almost 9:30 and all of you need to go and study. So I think I've made the concept clear. You can just study the important things and prepare for tomorrow. Okay, map pointings I've already taught you. Map pointings, please study those map pointing, even from history also. Okay, you'll find maps in your books, history also in your chapters. Okay, please study those things very nicely before exams. Study a little late night. Okay, all right, all right. Okay, so I'm ending the video. Okay, okay, so I'm ending the video now. Please study very nicely. All the best for tomorrow. And as I told you that after your exams will be over, we'll sit for some important discussions. We'll sit for some important discussions regarding your stream and all these things. Okay. All right. So I'm ending the live streaming right now. Good night, everyone. All the best for tomorrow's exams, and please do well on in all your exams. I've already blocked. Okay, these things are keep happening. Okay, in every live classes, these things keep happening. So don't worry with that. Just ignore and go with the explanation part. Okay, so that's okay. Okay, I'm okay.